Hello, this is Sarah, and welcome to a powerful slow flow. We'll begin by taking a comfortable seat on our mat. And just begin to deepen your breath. The more slowly we breathe, the more slowly we think, and the more things we can notice. So let yourself notice. Let your awareness of your body and breath expand. Then send your fingers forward for a child, send your hips back, and continue to feel every inhale stretch your lungs, and every exhale strengthen your center. Let's rise to hands and knees, and then lift your chin, lift your tailbone, broadening through the collarbones, and really feeling the spine sink deep into the body. Then do the opposite, round your back like a cat, pressing strong into your hands, your fingertips pressing the shoulder blades apart, and drawing the tailbone beneath you with a strong core. Come to a neutral spine and extend your right leg straight back. Then draw the knee in, rounding your spine. Extend it back. Then draw it in. Reach back. Draw in, and this time hold here, feeling the strength of your abdominals for a nice slow count of 3, 2. Can you bring it even closer? 1. Extend the leg back, place the toes on the mat, heel on the mat, and reach your right arm up and over for a side body stretch. Imagine opening your chest towards the sky. Then release your hand and knee down. Lift your chin, inhale. Round your back powerfully, exhale. Then come to neutral spine, left leg stretches back, then draw the knee in towards the forehead, round. Extend back, then draw in, round. Extend back, then draw in and hover here, strong in your center for 3. Can you bring the knee in closer? 2. Can you curl the tailbone under more? 1. Then extend the leg back, toes on the mat, heel on the mat. Then reach the left arm up and over for your side body stretch. And imagine opening the rib cage towards the sky. Release your left hand down, left knee down. Lift your chin, open through your collarbones. Then round your back and press your hips back, child's pose. Rise, take your right leg back, left arm forward. Then draw everything into center. Extend long, then round your back. Extend. Draw in, this time hold here for 3. Can you bring everything in tighter? 2. And 1. Slowly begin to extend. Place the hand down. Toes, heel down. Reach your right arm overhead. If you want to add on, lift your right leg, bend your knee, and reach back for your toes, side bow. Still imagining opening your chest to the sky. Release, hand and knee down. Lift your chin, lift your tailbone. Round your back powerfully. Come to neutral, left leg back, right arm forward. Then elbow and knee in, engage. Extend long, draw in. Extend long. Then draw everything in and hold here tight for 3. Can you bring the forehead closer to the knee? 2. 1, slowly extend the arm and leg. Then place the hand and toes down. Heel down, left arm up, open your body in that side stretch. Or lift the left leg, bend your knee and reach back for your toes, opening your chest to the sky, half bow. How does your breath feel right here? Release the hand, release the knee. Lift your chin, and then tuck the toes under. Lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Notice how your breath feels here. Now, up on the toes, bend your knees. Walk or jump forward. Lift halfway, fold all the way. Then bend your knees for chair, sink your hips. Stand, hands to heart. Then bend your knees, chair. Fold forward, feel your hamstrings. Inhale halfway, lengthen through each vertebrae. Then we'll step back to a plank. Hover here. Maybe micro bend your elbows to feel the strength of your arms. And we're going to lower the body on a count of 4. So begin to bend the elbows and lower down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Point your toes back and begin to lift your heart. Either a gentle cobra or maybe a taller cobra. Legs are active and strong. Shoulder blades are squeezing back. Elbows hugging in close to the body. Then let's tuck the toes under and lift the hips, downward facing dog. Extend your right leg high and see if you can press down through the left heel as you reach up through your right heel. Then lightly lunge your right foot forward, drop your left knee down. Press down to rise up, low crescent lunge. Stretch your wrists back to open the shoulders. Then release your hands down, hips back, flex your toes up. Feel the stretch in your hamstring and your calf muscle. Long spine reaching forward. Then bend your knee and make it a dragonfly. Right hand high. Use your abdominals to turn your chest towards the sky. Then hands down, walk them towards the center of your mat. Lift your heart, then fold, straddle forward fold. Maybe press into your hands to deepen the sensation in your legs. Then lift your chest, walk your hands towards the back of your mat, and step back. High plank, pressing back through your heels, reaching forward through your spine, strong in your center. Lowering the body on a count of 4, elbows in, 3, 2, chest down. Point your toes back and rise to your own degree. Quadriceps are strong, pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. Shoulders back, ears back. Then tuck the toes under. Lift your hips, down dog. Left leg high. Can you press down through your right heel and reach up through your left? Still breathing deeply and fully. Lightly step the foot forward, drop your right knee, and reach high, low lunge. Let your hips drop. Let your chest rise and keep pressing your wrists back to feel. Then hands down, hips back, flex your toes up, and really spread your toes wide. Keep pressing your chest forward towards your leg. Bend your left knee, lift your right knee, and lift your left arm for your dragonfly twist. Back leg stays strong and active, and your abdominal muscles help turn your ribs. Then hands down, walk them towards your right, toward the center, half lift, and fold. Maybe turn your hands in the opposite direction of your feet and walk them through, rounding your back like cat pose. Feel the stretch between your shoulder blades and your spine. Then walk your arms towards your right foot. Step back to a downward facing dog. With an inhale, come up on your toes. Then press back down through your heels. 2 more times. Inhale, up on the toes. Exhale, press down. Inhale to rise. Exhale, press them down. Deep breath in and out right here. Then let's come up on the toes, bend your knees, walk or jump forward. Halfway lift and fold. Bend your knees for chair, drop your hips low, arms up. Then stand, hands to heart. Let's do this again, deeper this time. Bend your knees for your chair, and let's stay here. Squeezing your knees together. Engaging your low belly muscles. Can you lift your arms more? Then fold. Halfway lift, squeeze your shoulders back. Then step back to your plank and let's hold. Engaging the legs, engaging the core, letting the spine sink deep into the body. Then we're going to lower down slow, elbows in, bend your elbows 4, 3. Maybe you hover at 90-degree elbows this time. Point your toes back and lift your heart. Engage the legs. If you lift the kneecaps, it becomes up dog. Keep squeezing the shoulders back and pressing the rib cage forward. Then tuck your toes, down dog. Right leg lifts high. Can you spread the toes? Can you press stronger into your fingertips? Then let's lunge the foot forward. Drop your left knee. Lift your arms. How long and tall can you make your spine? Then release your hands down, hips back, toes flex up. Maybe you bring your forehead towards your shin, almost like a forward fold. Then let's bend the right knee. Lift your right arm, dragonfly twist, opening your chest maybe further, or maybe let your left fingertips hover for extra core. Releasing your hands, walk them towards the left, lift your chest halfway, and then fold, maybe holding onto your big toes, Ashtanga style. Let your shoulder blades be up on the back body, squeezing them towards one another. Spine long. Then release. Walk your hands towards the back, high plank, and hold. Feel the muscles of your calves and shins, pressing your heels back, and keep expanding your spine forward. Squeezing the floor with your fingertips, start to lower. 4, 3, 2, maybe hover at 90-degree elbows. Pointing your toes back, lift your heart for your back bend. And keep the legs engaged. Keep squeezing the shoulders back, elbows in. Can you make the back of the neck feel longer? Then tuck the toes, down dog. Left leg lifts high. Again, keep spreading the toes, spreading the fingers, pressing into the fingertips. Then lightly lunge the foot forward. Drop your right knee. Press down to rise up. Again, strong in your center, long in your spine. Press the wrists back to open the shoulders more. Then release your hands down, hips back. Flex the toes up and imagine the forehead towards your shin, almost like a forward fold. breath deep and free. Then bend your knee, dragonfly twist, left hand high. How long can you make your upper spine? And maybe let your right fingers hover for a little extra core challenge. Release the hands down, walk them a little to the right. Wide stance, forward fold. If you like, you can interlace your fingers behind the body and stretch the arms away from your waistline, opening through your shoulders. Keep a lot of weight forward towards your toes. How does your breath feel here? When it's most difficult to breathe, most challenging, is where we learn the most. Then releasing our hands, walk them toward the front of your mat and step back, downward facing dog. Hopefully feeling a little bit more at home in your body. When we move slow, it is not easy. Longer holds make us engage in places we didn't know we had. And we can be peaceful but powerful at the same time. Find that part of you that's powerfully playful, that's in the moment. Walk or jump forward, half lift, and fold. Chair, sink your hips deep. And stand, hands to heart. We are warm, we are ready. Bend your knees for your chair. And this time, focus your eyes on one point and come up on your toes. Can you sink your hips deeper? Can you engage your core more? Where are you quivering? Then let's fold. Halfway lift. Step back to your plank and hold with a strong core and a long spine. Are you squeezing the floor with your fingertips? Slower than you want to. Lower your body with the elbows in, maybe hover. Point your toes back and rise, cobra. Imagine touching the floor with all 10 toenails and pressing into the fingertips even more. Low ribs forward. Then tuck the toes under, lift your hips high. Let's lift the right leg to the sky, and this time bend your right knee, open your hips towards the right. If you want, maybe level out your shoulders, lifting your left shoulder blade for more challenge. Then extend the leg high. Let's lunge it all the way forward, back heel flat. Right hand down, left hand high. Side angle. Press into your legs. Engage your belly muscles and lean your chest back. Then let's press into the feet and rise. Straighten your legs, right hand high. And release the right hand down under your forehead. Left hand lifts high for your twist. Lengthen your chest forward. And maybe imagine your hips level. Right hip bone level with your left. Release your hands. Point your toes out slightly. Then bend your right knee deep for a side lunge. Maybe palms to heart. Maybe look over your right shoulder for a little stretch in your neck. Not easy, but so worthwhile. Let's release our hands. Then step back, high plank with a long spine. Roll your weight towards your left hand and lift your right arm. You can put one foot in front of the other, or you can stack your feet, engage your belly. Can you lift your hips 2 inches higher? This is your side plank. Own it. Then hands down, high plank. Engage your belly and slowly lower the body. Nice. Point your toes back. Begin to rise. Legs are active, shoulders squeezing back actively. Release, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts high, keep it lifted and bend your knee, stacking your hips towards the left. And if you like, maybe play with leveling out your shoulders. Lift your right shoulder blade to feel the twist more. Let's straighten the leg high. And then lunge the foot all the way forward. Back heel flat. Left hand down, right hand reaches up and over for that side body stretch, side angle pose. Can you press into your feet more? Can you engage your belly and lean your chest back? Then rise, press into your legs, left hand reaches high. Then point your toes towards your right. Left hand down. Right hand up. Turn your chest into this twist. And maybe think about leveling out your hips. Right hip bone down level with your left to get the most out of this. Breathing deeply and fully. Then release your hands down. Point your toes slightly out, bending your left knee for a side lunge. Maybe hands to heart, pressing your knee open. Maybe looking over your left shoulder for a little stretch in your neck. Breathe. So amazing to be alive, to be practicing, to be here. Then hands down, top of your mat. Step back to a plank. Then let's roll some weight towards your right hand, side plank. Make your legs active just like you're in a standing position. And see if you can lift your hips higher with a strong core. Wherever you're quivering, feeling so fully alive. Hands down, high plank. Engage your belly. Maybe soften your elbows and lower your body slower than you want to. Point your toes back and open your chest. And feel the back bend. Press your low ribs forward and stretch the back of the neck long. And tuck your toes under and lift your hips, downward dog. What we're looking for is to not take ourselves for granted, to not just go through the motions, but to feel every bone, every muscle fiber, every cell, and celebrate. Let's come up on the toes. Bend your knees, walk or float forward. Half lift, fold. Then bend your knees, share, sink low. And let's stand, hands to heart. This time, let's bend our knees for chair, but feel free to come up on the toes and drop your hips all the way down towards your heels, balancing up on the toes, squeezing the knees together, and pressing the wrists back. There's even a little back bend in the upper chest if you want to feel that. Then release the hands down, forward fold. Halfway lift, long spine. Then step back, high plank. Engage the legs, engage the core. Maybe micro bend the elbows. And slowly lower the body. Maybe hover with the elbows in. Then point your toes back and find your back bend. Strong in the legs, open through the chest, long in the back of the neck. Can you press into the fingers more? Then tuck the toes. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts high. Bend your right knee and open your hips towards the right. Really try to feel the external rotation of the right femur bone. Can you get the knee higher? Then straighten and lunge your foot all the way forward. Back heel flat. Right hand down, left hand up. And if you'd like to take the left hand behind you like a half bind, or the right arm underneath the thigh bone for a full bind, go for it. Legs are active, core is strong, lean back to open your chest towards the sky. Breathe. Then let's straighten the legs, reach the right arm high. Then turn your toes towards your left, left hand down, right hand up. And if you'd like to take the right hand behind you like a half bind, fingertips towards the inner thigh, you can. Create space between each vertebrae. Maybe think about what you'd want to fill those spaces with. Release the hands down, turn the toes out, and bend your right knee for a side lunge. Hands to heart. Maybe look over your right shoulder. And if you like a bind, reach the arms around the knee and breathe like you mean it. Release your hands down, high plank. Are we having fun yet? Roll to your left hand and lift your right arm, side plank. Maybe play with lifting your right leg. Or place the toes behind the body and open the chest into a very graceful back bend. How amazing does it feel to breathe here? Release your hands, high plank, and slower than you want to. Think about lowering the body. Hover. Point your toes back, open your chest. Can you find a bigger back bend each time? Can you notice somewhere to feel more, to experience more? Then tuck your toes under, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Left leg towards the sky. Bend your left knee, open your hips towards the left, and try to feel that external rotation of the left femur bone. Can you get the knee higher? Are you having a good time? Let's straighten the leg and lightly lunge it forward. Right heel down, left hand down, right hand high, side angle. And if you like to take the right hand behind you, go for it. If you like to wrap both arms around behind you, go for it. The feet press down strong. The belly engages, and that lets us lean back. Not easy to breathe, especially if you're bound. So you get extra points. Straighten the legs strong, left hand high. Then release the left hand down, turn the toes in, reach the right arm up. And if you like to bring the right hand behind you for a half bind, go for it. Let the twist make it really interesting to breathe. Then release. And let's bend the left knee for your side lunge. Palms to heart, or reach around behind the knee for your bind. Notice how breathing deeply can help open the chest, open the shoulders from the inside out. release your hands. High plank, then roll some weight to your right hand. Side plank, any variation you like. If you like to lift the top leg, go there, or place the toes behind the body and open the chest towards the sky. How much can you lift your heart? What can you feel here that you're usually too busy to notice? Then release your hands down. High plank. Slower than you want to. Lower your body. Point your toes back. Lift your heart. Feel the spine deepen the body and hug the elbows in. Then tuck the toes. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. And anytime you need a child's pose is also perfectly fine. Give yourself what you need. Throughout class, you should feel like you're using your core just in the way that you breathe, but certainly in the way that we support ourselves in these very strong poses. But it just wouldn't be a yoga class without a boat pose, right? So let's find a boat. Find a seat. Lift your knees. Maybe lift your arms. Maybe straighten your legs. Keep your spine long and tall, shoulders back. Notice where you're quivering. That's exactly where you're getting stronger. Then let's begin to drop everything down towards the floor. Lie down on your back. We are very well prepared for a few back bends. So press into your feet and lift your hips. Rock your shoulders from side to side to get them closer together. And you can interlace your fingers and press down with strong arms. Keep your chin lifting so the back of the neck stays nice and long. Now think of your spine as having three sections: the upper back, the middle, and the lower. And when we release, first relax your upper spine down, then the mid back, and then the lower back and the sacrum. Hug your knees in. Maybe hold on to your shins. Maybe lift your forehead towards your knees. Then gently place the feet back down. We're doing 2 more back bends. So pressing into your feet, lift your hips. And if you want, plant your hands behind your shoulders and either come to the top of your head or all the way towards a full wheel. If you feel like it, lift one leg to the sky. This takes practice. Remember, yoga is very much a practice and not a perfect. Begin to relax your body all the way back down towards the mat and hug your knees in. Maybe forehead towards knees. You can even reach for your heels if that feels good. Your body will tell you. Your breath will tell you. So releasing our feet down, let's find our last back bend, either bridge or full wheel. If you lifted one leg last time, lift the other one this time. And just feel. Someone told me once that back bends are about being okay with our past, seeing where we've been, and not making the same mistakes twice. Slowly relax your spine back down. Hug the knees in your favorite way. And just release. Find your way up to a seat. And gently back towards downward facing dog. Let's stretch the hips a little bit, shall we? Lift your right leg high. And then lunge your right shin bone across your mat for a half pigeon pose. You can take a moment to lengthen your chest and then roll your chest forward like a wheel, relaxing your arms wherever they go. And just notice your body weight. It might be a little to the right side or the left side or in the center of your pelvis. See where it feels best for you. Stay right here, or you can lift the chest and play with bending the back knee. It's a quadricep stretch, but it's also a shoulder stretch. Some of us maybe take the toes towards the elbow, reach the other arm behind, and clasp our fingers. Again, only if you can do it with a deep breath and a happy face. Lift the right leg high to the sky, release your pigeon, and place it back down for down dog. Notice the difference in the sides of the body, the difference that you are creating. And let's take the left leg high. And gently bring the left shin bone across your mat for your half pigeon. Take a moment to lengthen your chest before you begin to surrender forward. You can notice the body weight in your hips. Maybe shift from right side to left side until you find that place that speaks to you the most. Now that the poses are more passive, make the breath even more powerful. It clears. It purifies. You can stay here, or you can lift your chest and bend your right knee for the quad stretch on that side. And find what feels good, what creates the most harmony in your body and in your breathing. And notice if when you slow down the breath, if you can notice the sensations of the body more. Gently let this go and lift your left leg high. And release the left leg down, downward facing dog. We're nearing the end of our practice, so let your breath be full. Let it create a meditative quality right here. Then dropping to our knees, finding our way onto the back. With your feet on the floor and knees to the sky, you can press into your feet and move your hips a little to the right. Cross your right leg over your left. And let's find an eagle twist. Let your shoulders relax. Let your breath soften the body. We've worked hard enough. Let's practice letting go. Then bring the knees into center and release your legs. With your feet as wide as your mat, let the knees fall together towards the center, and maybe let the knees sway a little from side to side if that feels right in your hips. Then bringing the heels under your knees, pick up your hips and move them a few inches to the left. Cross your left leg over your right, and let the knees fall towards the right side. Finding your twist. Let both shoulders relax, and let your breath continue to work its magic on the body. You could say this is a workout, but it's also a work in. Releasing your legs, coming back into the center. Feel free to sway your hips, your knees, any movements that feel good and releasing to you. Then let's begin to let the legs go, to let the arms go, and to move towards our final pose, Savasana. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, release. Inhale fully. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Then let your breath happen as effortlessly and as naturally as you can. This is the pose most of us need to practice the most. Just letting go into pure being, where we're not defined by what we do or how we perform, but what we can experience, what we can open up to and feel. Savasana is one of the most healing places we can possibly spend time. begin to bring some movement into the body. Waking up, maybe hugging the knees in, rocking from side to side. And let's find our way up to a seat. Shoulders relaxed. Breath deep. It is not easy to move slowly through our poses and transitions. It can require more balance, more strength, more attention to detail. But I think that attention to detail helps us notice how rich our lives already are, how textured. Helps us notice the hidden meaning behind things. Helps us experience things more and connect with each other more. So remember, we're just using the body to train the heart and mind. And how beautiful is that? Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe.